So I'm here with my cousin David. You met his other brother and you just met his father. So tell us a little bit about you, David.
Well, I live in Overland Park, Kansas. I work for a medical diagnostic laboratory, and I've done that for about 11 years. And we have transitioned to mostly working at home, which can be very comfortable. Saves a lot on the office commute.
What do you do at the laboratory?
There's a lot of troubleshooting for doctors and nurses, mostly. They have a wide range of problems and issues and questions, and sometimes they need some hand holding and they need information about our company and advice on how to use and get the most benefit out of the testing that we offer.
Do you like working from home?
Oh yeah, it can be very comfortable. Yeah, saves money, and the electrons do the commuting for me. So,
You have a lot of Zoom calls and stuff like that you have
yeah,
to get on?
yeah, we do those pretty much every day.
Okay. What's the best thing you like about your job?
Well, it is related to what I studied in school, so it does feel more like I'm using my degree. And while I was in school, then I also worked for this customer service company. So then the two kind of blend together perfectly, but I'm doing it for doctors and nurses and sometimes research scientists who sometimes use our company. So it kind of gels together nicely.
And what's your degree in?
My original first degree was in cell biology. I did get a certificate in forensics, but it's just really hard to get a job in that field. So I just kind of got sucked into the medical industry.
Sucked into it.
It's pretty stable because, people, they just keep getting sick,
Yeah.
and some people stay sick and then they just keep on needing diagnostic help.
Okay. What interests you in that field?
Well, I kind of sought it out about 12 years ago because it seemed like it would really connect very strongly with what I studied in school and what I was fairly good at.
Yeah, that's one field that people are going to always get sick. So anything in the health field is something that's going to be around for a long time. I don't think technology can take away all of that. Technology helps out with the medical field, but I don't think it can take over because people still want that hands-on touch and they don't want everything being robotic and AI.
Yeah, they may be able to do some of it through automation, but there's thousands of people every day who they just are going to keep on going until they can find a real person to talk to.
Yeah, keep pressing zero. Keep
Yeah.
pressing zero.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? You like to travel? You married? Any of that good stuff?
Dodged a few bullets, but I don't travel as much as I would like to, but I have been to Mexico. Well, really I've been to Mexico 3 times, except, the first time I was too young to get into too much trouble because we went to Tijuana, but I was really, really little. And I remember all of the bright, flashy colors, but I was too young to really appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
But then I did go back on a cruise ship twice with a large group of people, and it was pretty hurried and rushed. But I had my first creme brulee, so that was nice. And I did see some dolphins, but they were pretty far away because it was a big boat and you had to look all the way down into the water.
Yeah.
And if you looked hard enough, you could see the dolphins, but they were pretty distant.
Yeah. Any place else other than Mexico?
Let's see. Well, we did go to the Caribbean island. The town is called Freeport, and it used to be Tortuga back in the pirate days. But there I was also kind of too young to get into too much trouble.
So now that you're grown, where do you like to travel to?
Well, yeah, I've been back to Mexico twice, But you know, I usually spend most of my time in the continental states, pretty much.
Okay, maybe you want to go to Africa with us next year when we go.
Hmm,
Going to Ghana.
that sounds exciting.
I know they're underwater right now, but hopefully next year it'll be all over with and we can go back.
I did meet a guy who said he went to Africa. I met him at this summer camp that I volunteer with. I volunteer with this organization called Camp Quest,
Okay.
and they have several camps nationwide. And I did meet a guy who went to Africa, but then he said when he was trying to cross a dangerous river, he dropped his phone into the river, and so he had almost nothing to show for it or prove. So we just have to take his
You
word
don't
for
know
it.
if he actually went or
I
not.
mean, maybe, but we kind of have to trust him that he went to Africa and lost his phone along the way. But I can imagine that there were probably some risky situations, so it's possible, but
It's possible.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share? So this is going on our family Facebook page, so we can get to know us, people that aren't here, and talk to you. And anything else you'd like to share with us?
Let's see. Well, I am something of an aspiring writer, and I do a little bit of artwork, and I am trying to get a novel published. I've just started looking for a literary agent.
I know a publisher. She's in Chicago.
Well, yeah, these days I'm really interested in those sort of people, if they are interested in publishing sci-fi.
Oh, so what's your topic going to be on?
It is a sprawling epic space opera.
A what?
Space opera. It's like an adventure that takes place traveling to multiple planets.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know if she does some of everything. I'd have to contact her and find out. I'll find out tomorrow, though. We can call her when we go to the park and
Oh,
we can
okay.
talk
But
and see.
yeah, these days I'm very interested in meeting those sorts of people.
Okay, okay. Anything else?
I guess not, unless you have really, really deep, intimate questions.
I don't know. I don't know. I have to see if Alberta wanted me to ask you anything. She did say you were interesting, so I should talk to you. So that's what we're doing.
Well, I do all right.
You have any questions for me?
Well, what's the ultimate plan for all the interviews?
Put them on my YouTube channel so that they'll live on forever, so that people can know my family.
Sounds
So,
like a plan.
Yeah. A lot of times we die with things that we haven't been able to share with people, and we have a platform now that we can share with people, and we can get to know each other this way. So it may only get 5 views, who knows, but they'll be there. So that's my plan for this. And I already have a YouTube channel, so this one will be called my Tour of Ohio or Tour of Dayton, Cincinnati or something like that. So I'm going to just go back to my old stomping grounds, and Cincinnati is my old stomping grounds. We would come here almost every other weekend to visit with family, and then my father's family is in Columbus, so we would go there. And so, just hanging out with my cousins and my aunties and my uncles, that was what we did. I love sitting on the front porch, and we don't do that in Texas. We don't have front porches in Texas. We don't get to know our neighbors like we do here, and everything is so spread out. Here, they talk about, oh, we'll be there, it's 15 minutes away, and in Houston, where I live, takes 15 minutes to get to the grocery store, and let alone go across town. That's an hour and a half. It's like going to another city.
Yeah, that suburban sprawl.
Yeah. So we don't get to see our relatives like we used to. So
It's kind of like that where I live in Overland Park, Kansas. But
you
yeah.
have family there?
No, not really. It was pretty much just for work. But it's a great area, and I live like within walking distance of some incredibly rich restaurants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what do you do for fun, like when you're off on the weekends? besides write your book?
Occasionally, I do some hiking
Okay.
in the woods. Often, I end up playing too many video games, but sometimes you got to get out there and touch grass too, as they say.
Exactly. Well, we're so glad you came, and it's so good to get to know you. And because I don't think I'd seen you a couple of years ago, and before that, you were a little kid. So we're now getting to know each other as adults. So.
Well, most of my growth is sideways these days.
Hey,
But you know how
because you're
it
sitting
is.
there playing those video games and eating at those great restaurants out there.
There are some good ones where I live.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be at Winton Woods, so you can get out there and hike and sweat and maybe lose a pound or two. That's what I plan on doing. But they got a lot of games. Did you see the itinerary?
I've not seen it.
Potato sack race, some other tug of war. So maybe we won't need to hike tomorrow. But okay, we will talk later. Talk to you soon.